A little while back, we had a comment on one of our videos, and Tim was saying that what to do after zeroing an event is important to know. So thank you, Tim. We're going to talk about that today.
What do you do in such a situation? Do you let it get to your head and you just disintegrate for the next 4 events?
Yeah. I do,
No.
but that's not the right way to do it, so that's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say from personal experience, I think probably almost everybody, if you've been in the sport for any amount of time, you've probably done it at least once.
Yeah.
I've done it, and I definitely let it get to me when I shouldn't have. You can have a tendency to sort of throw away the rest of the event. You come out, the person or the people you're up against, they're doing really well. You get a zero, and you're like, I am outmatched. Whatever, I'll just have fun. I'll just do whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, looking back at it later, it's like, okay, if I had stayed focused and I had actually, you know, not just tossed away the other events, I could have won the whole thing. And I know you've talked before about, you know, we have a friend who at Nationals, it had become a few years ago, it had become like a 3-event Nationals because so many people zeroed the first 2 events.
Yeah. Try not to let it get to you, honestly. It's like, hey, everybody has nerves going into the contest, regardless if it's your first contest or your 100th. You're going to have a little bit of nerves. Don't let the first event set the tone for the rest of the meet if it didn't go the way that you had planned. There's often times where, hey, promoters don't like to do it, but changes happen.
Oh, Coach Chubby.
They're going to change something that's going to throw you all for a loop, and you might actually zero out. So don't let that bother you. You have 4 more events.
I would say that the fear of zeroing is enough that keeps people from competing sometimes. If it does happen, it is not the end of the world. The other athletes that are there, they're worried about what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like the spectators aren't like getting in their car and being like, hey, did you see that guy that
Nobody
zeroed the
cares.
log?
Yeah.
Like, they're not getting together at Thanksgiving and they're like, Grandma, you would never believe this. But there was a guy that zeroed a log in an event we went to over the summer. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
And if you're somebody who's kind of on the fence about like, hey, this particular event, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that weight or not. The adrenaline of the day might kick in too, and you may get it where you're really worried about getting a zero, and oops, you know, you got 5 with it or something. So,
you know, I don't think it's on the notes, but it just popped in my head. Composure is huge. So you go into a contest and say, ooh, that first event doesn't do well. You know, you get a 0, or maybe you didn't place as nearly as well as you thought you would. I've seen guys and girls just go ballistic and just profanity left and right, acting up. And I think, wow, you're wasting a lot of energy there that you can put in towards the next 4 events. And sometimes, most times, those people that do that don't do very well. You need to internalize it, use it. You know, use that energy. That, you know, hey, you know what? That didn't go the way I wanted it to, but I want to put extra energy into this next thing. So,
I would say I think the biggest thing that you need to do is not let yourself just fully indulge in like beating yourself up, getting really upset about it. You can use this later on as a lesson to be like, hey, you know what, whatever happened, and you say, man, I really rushed that lift. And rather than sitting there and going, well, now I screwed everything up, and, you know, this is just a terrible event, and you just sit there feeling worse and worse about it, you know, sit down with your coach if you have one afterwards, or just sit down with yourself. Go through everything that you did and say, you know what, there's a lesson to take away from this. Really rush that first event. Next time we do it, we're not going to do that. But you have to really make an effort to tell yourself that I cannot sit here and think about this right now. I've got other events I got to do. I got to focus on the next thing, because it's like the more you allow yourself to sit there and focus on it, the worse and worse it's going to get. And it's not an easy thing to do, especially if you're really into beating yourself up. Not like a really healthy thing to do anyway, but like you just have to start not allowing yourself to do it.
you know, if you have a coach, you know, hey, we provide coaching here if you're interested. But if you have a coach and you go to the contest, what you should do is have like an after action meeting, you know, more or less. It's like you sit down, you discuss, hey, what went right, what went wrong, what can we do to improve upon X? You know, what you want to do is you want to improve upon your last experience. You know, so you go into the contest, you didn't do very well. Hey, you know what? Chalk it up. Sometimes it happens. Some people have off days. You know, next time you're better prepared.
Yep.
Make a list. Make realistic goals. You
Yeah.
know? So we knew of an individual, learned of his goals for a big show. And I was like, ooh, those are aggressive. Those are really aggressive. Compared, you know, to
Yeah.
where he was at, very aggressive, not very realistic.
Yeah, you want to be positive and you want to push yourself, but you have to be able to find that balance between
Yeah.
pushing yourself and saying, hey, this is way above what I've ever been able to do. I'll try to hit 5 reps with it.
Yeah.
And then being really upset when you don't hit 5 reps
Yeah,
with
or
it.
0. And
Yeah.
Then you get dead last in something, and you're like, oh, well, hell.
Yeah.
This sucks. You know, so, but, and sometimes that just wipes the person out
Yeah.
mentally. Completely wipes them out. And then they're just total goo the rest of the day. And sometimes they just quit altogether.
Yeah.
I've seen people not do as well as they want in a contest and just quit for the whole thing. I mean, they don't even train
Yeah.
anymore. It's ridiculous.
That's
So-
a big thing, I would say, with just talking about zeroing and things in general, to remember that this is all a process. You know, don't think of this as, well, I got to see how I do at this comp, and if I don't do well at this comp, it's just over. I'm done.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it's one comp. You know, this is all a process, and if you
Yeah.
can look at it and say, well, these mistakes are going to be better for the next comp. Hey, I came in, I rushed this first lift, and I just didn't get in position the way I needed to. Well, now I know
Yeah.
for the next one.
Yeah.
You know, get them out of the way while you're doing small local
Yeah.
shows too. If you're somebody who's really hoping to go to nationals, maybe go pro at some point, it's like, get all your mistakes out of the way. Go out and do them and go, hey, you know what? I should have taken the extra 5 seconds to get set up, ruined my entire attempt, and now the next comp I go to, not going to do that again.
Yeah. I mean, it's a learning experience. Yeah. I had a thought in my head and it completely escaped
no.
me.
But yeah, don't take one experience and sort of say, well, this is the best I can do, or this is all I can do. Like, it's just a process of constant improvement. So a 0 doesn't mean that you're bad at strongman or that you don't have
No.
the potential to be better or anything like that. I think
I
people,
remember.
okay, sorry, but I think people get way too serious about things sometimes, and it's like, oh, that was embarrassing, I can't do that again. It's like, go do, work on the event.
Yeah.
Go do another one.
Yeah. You know, I remember what I was going to say. Failure can be a huge educational tool.
Yeah.
Depends on how you use it. You know, I'd much rather see someone go into a contest and put all-out effort in and not even place. You know, just get dead last. You know, they go in, they hit or exceed their goals, for that contest, but they get dead last. Hey, I'm perfectly fine with that. For me, that's a success.
Yeah.
Because next time you'll be a little bit better. You have no idea who you're going to go up against, honestly. I mean, there's so many people in the sport now. It's like it used to be in the old days. Well, that guy over there, I competed against him like 17 times, and I know what I'm going to do. Anymore, you have no idea. There's so many people competing now.
You need to compare yourself to what you wanted to do and not to what other people are doing, because that's that's a big one. You know, if you come in and 0 and the other person you're up against gets 10 reps with it, and then you're like, well, I suck at this.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, first of all, it's one event. That might be their best event. Everything else we've just discussed, you can keep getting better at it. But it's like, the people that you're at any given event, maybe the first comp, they may not be very good. You do awesome. Or they may be nationals level competitors, and, you're out here and you're like fighting for your life against them.
Yeah.
And so it's not always a good way to judge how you're doing just based on like, oh, well, I beat this person really, I beat this person by a ton. All right, well, they didn't have any idea what they were doing. You didn't push yourself at all. You didn't hit the goals that you had set for yourself because you were just kind of coasting along because they were new and didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you hit all PRs, but you're against somebody who's really great. Now you're like, well, I suck at this. Forget everything.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah. If you hear tapping in the background, it's just the pooch.
I mean, the biggest thing is just keeping the emotional control as much as you can. It's not an easy thing to do, and it's a constant thing that you need to be working on. You know, one way maybe you could start working on it, you know, when you go to the gym and like everything's light and you're doing so great and it's amazing, and then you go next week and you can't do anything.
It sucks.
And you just have the worst workout.
Yeah. Everything feels off.
Hey, use that as a good opportunity to just keep yourself calm and go, you know what? I expected to do this with it.
Yeah.
Weights aren't going today.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the next exercise.
Yeah.
And just practice not focusing on bad things and just moving forward with your exercise.
People expend so much energy hyping themselves up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. I've actually gone up to people and have told them, hey, ratchet the back a little bit. I go, this isn't a weight that you should be like going bonkers on. Sometimes they listen, most times not.
Nah.
But yeah, I mean, if you're the type that has to get like super amped for your first attempt, say you have 3 attempts, say a log lift, and you got to get super amped on the first one, you're doing something wrong. You know, really, in my opinion. So,
speaking of wasted energy, here's another tip from me to you. So, okay. If you go into something, so I'll just give you an example. I did an event, and right beforehand, I found out it was a squat, and I was doing like 20 reps with it. Great. Right beforehand, we found out it went up like 70 or 90 pounds or something.
Yeah, I think it was like 90 pounds.
It was a weight that I had never done before.
Yeah.
And so I went in, still going to try to do it. Foomp, and I couldn't get up. So what did I do? I just struggled and pushed against this thing for 60 seconds. And, you know, in my head I was thinking like, hey, I'm going all out, you know, and I kept thinking, well, it's like a pin squat. If I just get under, if I can just get at the right angle. I wasted so much energy on that. And boy, there's a lot of wisdom to find in there. Again, you want to push yourself, you want to give everything a try, but like, if it's looking like, man, I'm not going to get this, don't waste so much time and energy and potential for injury.
Chalk it up. Hey, that's in the past.
Yep.
I'll worry about it later. You know, let's continue. Sounds easier said than done, though.
Yeah.
I know. I've been there. Yeah.
Something you got to work on. I think people don't think about it. You know, you get upset. I mean, we've all done it. You have an event and you think it's going to be, oh, I'm going to do so well at this, and you don't.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Oh, yeah.
You just have to really keep telling yourself that, like, I can't focus on this. You know, we'll go over it later if the weight was too much for me, if I did something wrong. This is all stuff we can work on for the next comp, but there's nothing you can do right now. Focus on the next thing and get going forward with it.
I think some of the key components, though, is first, we've said it many times in this video, don't let it get to you. You know, you go in, hey, something happens. It will eventually.
Yeah.
Something will happen. May not be the first event, might be the second event that you zero out on, but it might be early enough where it may set the tone for the rest of the contest. Don't let that happen to you. Okay, try to keep an upbeat, you know, positive mental attitude. Second is after the contest, sit down. If you train yourself, great. If not, if you have a coach, that's great. Sit down, go over the things that went well, what didn't go so well, and then for future contests, make an action plan to make sure that, hey, to mitigate those things that may actually happen. You know?
Just know going in, you're probably stronger than you think you are. I mean, honestly, and you're going to have a lot of adrenaline going. You're going to do really well. If something goes wrong, like, it's not the end of the world. We're having fun.
Yeah.
Even if you're somebody who's hoping to go pro one day and stuff, we're just having fun. So don't beat yourself up. realize you're going to do better at it next time, just keep working on
Yeah.
getting better each time.
Set realistic goals. If you meet or exceed those goals, realistic goals,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Hey, it's a win, regardless of where you place, and then just make plans for the next one, and just try to improve. That's the name of the game. I think we hit everything.
Yeah, I think we hit some major points. If you do
Yeah.
have comments or questions, leave them down there and we'll do another video.
We'd love to hear from you. You know,
Yeah.
We get questions all the time, and so I mean, we'd love to address it.
Working on some ideas now for more tips and tutorials and things like that, but also just to kind of talk about all of the things to, local level competing, everything
Yeah.
from how to sign up to what to do if you zero, and
Yeah.
getting prepped for nationals, whatever
Yeah.
level you're at.
We do provide coaching.
Yep.
The clients that we do have, they have been consistently hitting PRs.
Yeah.
I mean, from the beginning.
Yeah, they're doing really great.
Yeah.
They're all putting in the work, and I know for you, it's great to see, like, you write out a program, and then they follow the program, and then they're doing really well, and
Yeah.
it all comes
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. No, it works. It works.
Yeah. So we're working on getting some stuff up on our website to do online coaching and programming. But if it's something you're interested in, go ahead and contact us now. We can get everything worked out for you
Yeah.
before we get everything posted on there.
Yep.
So until next time, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.